Not everyone who comes into your life was sent by God. Some help looks good, but quietly shuts doors, eats away at your peace, and delays what God planned for you. Today, you're going to clearly identify 7 profiles you should stop carrying. In the end, you'll feel the lightness of someone who drops a backpack that was never theirs. Some people will feel uncomfortable, but your purpose matters more than any momentary discomfort. If setting boundaries is hard for you, this is your moment. Some help isn't love, it's anesthesia. Some favors don't plant, they sabotage. Stay to the end. The 5th profile is the most subtle and steals blessings without you noticing. The 7th explains why you felt stuck, even though you're doing everything right. Breathe. Think about the names orbiting your life. Is there someone who finds you when you're up, but disappears when you need a hand? Someone who calls only when it benefits them? Someone who promises to change and repeats the same thing? Today you decide with wisdom. Today you get your peace back. If you want to walk in this direction, right now, I choose the peace of God and His guidance today. Your mind will remember this commitment when the test comes. Let's begin. This matters now, not tomorrow. Every day of the wrong support is time you won't get back. What you focus on grows. If you sow into ground that refuses to bear fruit, you end up without seed. The first is the one who doesn't want to change. You spoke to them with love, gave them a chance, offered counsel, opened doors, and they still choose the same. It's not ignorance. It's a choice. You try to help and they get offended. You show them the path and they mock it. You hand them tools and they use them to make excuses. Your help turns into cement around their feet. It's like extending a ladder to someone who debates the color of the steps, but never sets a foot on the first one. They seek comfort, not freedom. Every rescue at the wrong time covers the only message that might wake them up: consequence. Proverbs 26:11 paints the scene bluntly. The one who returns to the same thing doesn't need a life preserver. They need reality to speak. Love with truth. Sometimes love sounds like taking a step back. Ask yourself, does this person want process or patches? If they only ask for patches, your help sustains a broken cycle. If someone already came to mind, write, I choose healthy boundaries. It's not pride, it's wisdom. The second is the one who manipulates. They don't want help. They want control. They slip in with emergencies that become your schedule. Their phrase is, if you love me, do this now. It's sad you won't support me. They turn your no into selfishness, your rest into abandonment, your priority into betrayal. That's not help. It's a capture. Remember, your peace is also an assignment. Love doesn't move under someone else's pressure. It moves by purpose. Etch a line that will protect you. I will not make this decision under pressure. Repeat it. No one with good intentions is offended by a clear boundary. The one who gets offended was benefiting from you having none. When the noise rises, think of Luke 4. Jesus wasn't led by other people's expectations, but by assignment. He knew how to walk and how to stop. That balance is yours too. The third is the one who divides. They smile in public and dismantle in private. They feed their identity with secrets. Don't tell anyone I told you. Wherever they go, trust drops, suspicion fills the room, and the project stalls. If you help someone sowing division, you validate their agenda. The sign is clear. They say, it's not gossip, it's a burden. But a real burden is handled quietly and with a desire to build. The instruction is firm. Warn once, maybe twice, and step away if they persist. Titus 3:10. Peace is fragile. Don't place it in the hands of someone who feeds on chaos. A short line cuts the root. If it can't be said in front of everyone, I'd rather not hear it. It's a scalpel that closes the wound before it gets infected. The fourth is the one who drains you. You give everything and nothing changes. They pray with you, promise with you, but they don't walk. Their presence is heavy. They don't ask for counsel. They demand time. When you mark a pace, they reply with 1,000 reasons why right now they can't. Your tank is sacred. A worn-out heart confuses compassion with chronic exhaustion. The one who refuses to grow turns your life into a gas station. They arrive empty, fill up in a rush, pay with promises and speed off on the same route. Wise love has a rhythm. Help and then step back to recharge, to listen, to recover clarity. Even Jesus withdrew to pray and refocus, Luke 5:16. A simple response protects you. I can't today. Let's pick it up tomorrow for 15 minutes. Don't apologize for guarding what God entrusted to you. Pause for a second. Who do you reply to with a sigh before you answer? That weight in your stomach is an indicator. It's not coldness. It's a thermometer. Listen to it. Invest where there's a real desire for transformation. Help doesn't mean everything depends on you. Help is teaching someone to decide when you're not there. We're almost at the 5th profile. It's the most deceptive because it dresses up as gratitude and seats you in a place that isn't yours. The 5th is the one who puts you in God's place. It starts sweet. Only you understand me. Your words keep me going. If you're not there, I fall apart. It sounds like honor, but it seats you in a chair that isn't yours. Without realizing it, you become source, oracle, permanent answer. They consult you before seeking direction from above. Each time you rush to put out their fires, you train them to let your presence replace their pursuit. It's dangerous because it feeds your ego while suffocating your purpose. Acts 14:15 reminds us of something essential. We're human. Don't occupy a sacred place. The medicine is humility and clarity. I'm not your answer. I'll go with you to seek it. Yes, you pray, you listen, you guide, but you don't decide for others, and you're not an emotional crutch. The one who wants you on a pedestal today will blame you for their falls tomorrow. Your help must point upward, not to your name. The 6th is the one who knows what's right and chooses the opposite. I'm not talking about someone who stumbles and learns. I mean the one who justifies and looks for accomplices. They ask you to cover, to vouch for, to sugarcoat decisions that already left wounds. They call a planned rebellion a process. Your best response is distance with prayer. 2 Thessalonians 3:14 teaches us to mark a boundary so the person feels the weight of their choice. Don't turn your name into a seal on what you know isn't right. Sometimes the most loving act is to step aside so the echo of conscience can be heard. You may be the bad guy in their story for a while. Better an unfair nickname today than real complicity tomorrow. The 7th isn't bad or toxic. They're simply not going in your direction. They're not part of your assignment. They're extra weight on a mountain climb. You love each other, you care, but walking together subtracts. Here the courage is different. Not cutting because of harm, but because of focus. When you let go of what wasn't called to this stretch, the vision expands. Genesis 12 shows how, when you release, the promise becomes clearer. The test is simple. When that person steps back, your clarity increases. When they're not around, the map looks sharp. It's not cruelty. It's obedience. Your first loyalty is to your purpose. A kind closure protects the peace. I value you, but I'm going to walk this route. If we cross paths again in the future, it'll be an honor. What if you make a mistake setting boundaries? It's easier to correct a boundary that protected you than to correct years of exhaustion that burned you out. A boundary is like a traffic light. If you run it, you stop and adjust. But keep driving. Imagine your life as a house under construction. Every day workers arrive. Some bring bricks, some bring blueprints, some bring noise. Your job isn't to please everyone to the point of handing over the project. It's to discern. This one comes in, this one waits, this one isn't coming back. In the end, the one accountable for the house is you. When the house stands, many will find shelter in it. The boundary you set today will become tomorrow's roof for others. If this message lit something inside you, act. Subscribe and share this content with someone who needs to let go with wisdom. It's not vanity, it's mission. This message can bring peace to homes, organize teams, and free destinies. Right now, I obey today. And Dad, I'm letting go of at least one of these 7. If you want to seal it, share it with your group and ask someone you trust. If you see me picking up what isn't mine again, remind me. The right community sustains brave decisions. Don't help the one who won't change, the one who manipulates, the one who divides, the one who drains you. The one who puts you in God's place, the one who chooses wrong on purpose, and the one who isn't part of your assignment. Love everyone, yes, but don't carry everyone. Pray for everyone, yes, but don't walk with everyone. Your path is sacred. Your peace is an assignment. Let go, decide, move forward. If all this exposed your own patterns, don't condemn yourself. Be grateful for the clarity and begin again. Return to the essentials. When you release what isn't yours to carry, you'll see doors open that you thought were closed. Heaven honors the one who wisely orders what they were entrusted with. Subscribe, turn on the bell, and leave your comment. I'm letting go of at least one of these 7 today. That phrase isn't a trend, it's a decision. In the next message, you'll learn how to strengthen boundaries without losing tenderness, how to say no without losing valuable relationships, and how to recognize in seconds whether an opportunity truly comes from God or just dresses up like it. Until then, walk light. Your purpose is waiting.